So Ziad, here we are again.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me back in your home. It's always nice to be here.
It's always nice to have you here.
Thank you so much. We're back talking about yourself. Obviously, that is the topic that we chose to discuss. We've named this l'entourage
Yep.
for a reason. We want to know a little bit more about your entourage, obviously, right? Who you, not necessarily who you hang out with, but the type of people that you hang out with, maybe the type of women that you date or like to date, the type of business relationships you like to have, your entourage, right? A little bit about, we're continuing the who is Ziad, but maybe under a different lens or under a different scope, if you will.
Mhm.
So why don't we just get into it? What do you think?
I mean, we can start with that, obviously, because probably people are gonna ask, why am I calling it l'entourage?
Sure.
So yeah, we can talk about that.
Let's talk about some friends.
The friends first.
Why not?
Okay. Well, first of all, let's talk about the reason
Sure.
why l'entourage. So first of all, it's a brand new idea. You know, we spoke about it I think 2 weeks ago,
That's right.
and it came to life literally 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. So why l'entourage? It's because I feel like, during the last 7 years in real estate, I have acquired, a good network, amazing people from all different fields. And I thought about it. I'm like, why won't I share my expertise and also my network expertise to the public, right? And bring in some added value, right, from my experiences and their experiences. And I'm pretty proud of my surrounding. I mean, I have a lot of successful people that I talk to almost, on a daily basis. They're into my little circle. So that was it. Actually, that's how it came to life, and we spoke about it, and now I'm putting it into action.
So
Yeah.
Ziad, we spoke about you having a large network and you being very comfortable in networking type of, maybe not events, but in public, right? Restaurants, wherever you go, you meet people. Obviously, you're a realtor.
Yeah.
You meet a lot of people.
Mhm.
What attracts you to people? Again, leaving women aside, men and women equally. What would attract you towards a potential networking partner, business partner, entrepreneur, or just as a friend? What's the qualities you look for in people?
Transparency and honesty. Being good. And I'm a firm believer in life. You attract people with the same frequency, right? And I've been blessed that I have found people that resemble me, and I was capable of keeping them in my surrounding, and that's why I thought about it. I'm like, why won't I share their knowledge and my knowledge, to the public, and bring some added value to people who likes real estate, or who wants to know more about mortgages, who wants to know more about contractors, buildings, these kind of things. And I've been blessed to have these people around me.
Good answer.
Yeah.
With
Good.
that answer, I will ask you another question that has to do with your answer, if you will.
Tell me.
What would your friends say are your best qualities, or a quality they maybe saw in Ziad that allowed you to befriend them or to have these long-lasting relationships as you do?
What a good question, though. I wasn't expecting that. I think you should ask them. But anyways, I think they would say genuine. I'm very genuine. I'm very loyal to my inner circle, to my friends, to people that I love. I think they would say that. Genuine, loyal, good heart. This is the principle, the main thing that they would say about me.
For sure. That's a good answer. So I guess what you put out there is what you attract, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
So with that said, do you think it's possible
What
to create...
you sow, you reap, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure. Do you think it's possible to create a second first impression?
Impossible. I think in life, the first thing you do when you meet somebody, there's definitely a judgment that happens instantly. And if you miss that chance to give that right impression, it's almost impossible, especially in business, when we're talking about business, all right? I mean, relationship-wise, when you're dating or something like that, it's a little bit different because you always tend to give another chance, right? But when it comes to business, I feel the first impression, it's crucial. If you miss it, you might even never have a chance to gain back that trust. So for me, I always work on being as my best when I meet somebody for the first time.
Now that we know what attracts you to a network or to a group of friends, and you spoke a little bit about what you put out into the universe as well as what people would say about you, if we can get a little deeper into the relationship, Ziad, what you'd be looking for, let's say in a mate, right? When you see a woman, other than her looks, what would be that first impression? What is Ziad looking for in a woman?
Well, today I'm being put on the spot with those amazing questions. What am I looking in a woman at my age?
Nothing physical.
Okay.
We're talking quality, personality,
Okay.
maybe work habit. I don't know.
It's a great question, Joey. I'm happy that you asked me that question. I think mainly, number one, what I'm looking in a girl first is for her to know God, at least. That's the number one thing. Because for me, if she knows God, and when I say she knows God, it means she have that seed. And in Christianity, we always say the same thing. All what it takes, it's a mustard seed, the faith of a mustard seed. So if she have at least that faith and she believes in God, it's already a plus for me. Because once you know God, then obviously there's things that you'd be scared to do, right? And this gives me a certain confiance, a certain trust in that person already, right off the bat, if she has it. Second thing, obviously being nurturing. I'm Middle Eastern, right? So we are used to be comment dire, taken care of, right? Especially when it comes to home. We like that the woman who takes care of the man at home. And same thing for a man. I like to be the provider, right? So I like to provide. I like to be a man, and all the meaning of what a man should be. I will play that role. I cannot be with a woman who wants to be the man when she wants and wants to be a woman when she wants. So it's not either or. It's be a woman, that feminine energy, and let me be the man, right? So that's it. If I recap, being godly, knowing God. Second, being feminine, and obviously being nurturing, that love. That's it's specifically that thing that I'm looking for. And if I don't find it, I don't mind. I'm good by myself.
That's such a good answer. And knowing, we're getting up there in age. We're nowhere near old, right? We're still young men.
Yeah.
However, I think we're reaching an age when you talk about nurturing. For myself, example, the wife that's nurturing, I also know that she'll be able to be a nurturing mother as well.
Yes.
And so I feel like your train of thought is so on point with our age group, and I think it really hits home.
Joe, you know what? If you would have asked me that question maybe, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I probably would have different answers. But now what I'm at now, I think this is my main focus. And if I don't find it, I know it's difficult nowadays, but for me it's not a gray zone. It's either black or white. It's either you have it or you don't. And that's about it. I hope I didn't offend anybody. Good.
So Ziad,
Tell me.
now the next question that is maybe the first question was what you look for in a woman that is not physical. That was part A. Now I'm going to put you on the spot. Part B of that question, physically, what are you looking for in a woman? Now again, I'm putting you on the spot. You weren't expecting that one. What can we expect from Ziad? What do you like?
Yeah, I think I have to be honest here. I cannot lie, because people that the girls that I dated in the past, I think they know that one of the first thing that I look physically in a girl, it's the nails. That's the first thing. Don't ask me why. It's probably the nails, because I feel like it tells a lot about a woman personality. So that's number one. But what attracts me really, it's the look, the eyes, the hair. I'm attracted to brunettes mostly. I don't know. It's my preference. I've never been attracted to a blonde. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm mostly attracted to brunettes.
Height, is that coming to?
I don't mind. I mean, I know
you're a tall guy,
giant.
Right? You're what, 6'3", 6'4"?
I'm 6'3", exactly.
Wow,
6'3".
You're a big guy. So shorter girls, taller girls makes no difference.
No difference. I mean, obviously, if she's too short,
Yep.
it's a little bit problematic.
Right.
If I walk with her, on the street, people are gonna be laughing probably. But I don't have any preference in terms of height.
I'm happy you said that because you're such a good-looking guy,
Thank you.
and my wife is 4'11", so I have no problems.
4'11".
I have no problems bringing her near you.
I would definitely not date a 4'11", that's for sure.
So Ziad, we spoke about what attracts you to women, the physical aspect, the non-physical aspect. We did speak about having a godly wife. So when you do, sorry, not a godly wife, but a godly woman, when you actually do find that godly woman, what are your thoughts on living together before marriage?
If I would do it, or ideally?
Generally speaking.
Generally speaking. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question, Joey.
Sure.
You ready?
Absolutely.
If you want to buy a house, would you wait to go to the notary and then live in the house, or would you rent it with an option of purchase?
It's a good question, and that's very deep. I see where you're going with that.
Exactly. So I think ideally, because the marriage institution, it's so important and it has to be holy. For me, ideally, I would never live with a person before getting married. Okay, unless having a kid with somebody without a marriage. So it has to be a holy union. It's a declaration to your beloved ones, your family, your friends, that you want to spend the rest of your life with that person. So for me, the marriage is very important. Nowadays, I know it's a little bit tough. People, they tend to live with the person before taking a decision, but I feel it's a little bit risky because you're always giving yourself a chance for an exit, for an exit door, basically. So my answer would be marriage.
So you would wait for marriage?
I would wait for marriage. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. I feel like you speak a lot about being holy and Christianity. I think it's a very big part of who you are. Why is it that, and I'm going to ask you this question because of maybe my own experiences, we don't see many people talking a lot about their Christianity or their faith, either they're Christian or Muslim or whatever they are. A lot of people tend to keep it to themselves because they're afraid to offend, or they're afraid of the maybe backlash they might receive. Why is it that you're so open about your Christianity?
Can I make a reference from the Bible?
Sure.
I mean, it's clear in the Bible. It says, if you deny me in front of the people, I will deny you in front of the Father in heaven, right? So I'm not shy, because I know the truth. And once you know the truth, you can't hide it, right? And for me, I'm very proud of who I am, of my identity, of my faith. I mean, other people's opinion is important, but at the same time, this is very personal. So I'm very proud to talk about it openly, justement pour ces raisons-là. He doesn't want us to be shy. Jesus Christ doesn't want us to be shy talking about our faith and our belief in Him. So why would I be ashamed then? I mean, I know most of the people, they don't want to offend other people. That it sounds taboo for them. They don't want to abort that subject. But for me, I mean, I like to talk about it. I like to show it. I'm not an expert. I'm just a student of life, and I'm getting to know the truth day after day, and that's about it.
That's a great answer. Thank you for that. Really appreciate that. And lastly, when it comes to Christianity, it's more of a general question that doesn't have to do with Christianity, but with God Himself. If you were to ask God for one blessing, one thing that you can have above all, what would that be?
I would say wisdom. Because with wisdom, you can literally have everything in life, from health, from being a good father, from being a good husband, from being a good son, from helping the others, from building wealth. I think wisdom would be the key word when it comes to, asking one thing to be granted to me.
Wow. You're very deep in this episode.
I'm trying. That's who I am, literally. I mean, people who knows me in my close surrounding, I am I am who I am, and I'm not afraid to show it. Um, that's being wise.
Absolutely.
That's being wise.
Absolutely. So Ziad, we spoke a lot about what's deep in your life as far as relationships and not only women but men as well. What you look for in friendships and networking.
Yeah.
We dealt with the fact that you don't like blondes, but you prefer brunettes.
Yeah.
So let's lighten up the mood a little bit, and maybe you don't know about this. That I was going to ask this question.
Yeah.
We did discuss it off camera last week, but if I was to mention one name to you, and I'll put you on the spot, the first thing that comes to mind after I mention this name, okay? Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I need to hear all about it.
Yeah, I mean, my close surrounding, they know my obsession with Michael Jordan. I actually have his poster in my office. I mean, why? It's probably because his character resembled me a little bit in a way where I'm very competitive. I respect when other people win against me, but at the same time, I take it personal. And if you know one thing about Michael Jordan, he's relentless, he is very competitive, and he's always willing to take that extra mile. If his
Teammates.
if his teammates, thank you, Joey. If his teammates are willing to, let's say, wake up at 8 to do the training, well, he's willing to wake up at 4 a.m. and do the job. And they used to call him Black Jesus on the court. So he has that aura. Allen Iverson said it in one of his Hall of Fame speech. He said, when I saw him for the first time on the court, I saw an aura around Michael Jordan. There's something about this man that it's beyond comparable. It's unparalleled. No other athlete in the world were like close to him. He literally changed the face of the basketball. He brought it to another level internationally. I mean, you can literally be in Lebanon or in China or in Brazil, and everybody knows who Michael Jordan is. Even up until today, imagine, there's still a debate of who's the GOAT, and Michael Jordan is always on top. So he left a very important trace in basketball, and I respect that, and I'm obsessed by it. When I watch his speeches about, when he takes things personal, when somebody challenges him, and the way he's like eager to like destroy him on the court, I love that character. I mean, maybe I'm also ambitious to become that person. I'm working on it, and that's it. That's about it.
Amazing. I didn't know that about Michael Jordan, some things that you said. So thank you for bringing light on that. And I'm sure in the next episodes we'll have to touch on how Michael Jordan and the way he views his job, how that relates to Ziad and the way you attack maybe your industry as well.
Yep.
So for the next time, Ziad, thank you again for having us in your home.
Thank you, Joey.
And to the next one.
Thank you.